Hi everyone, welcome to Amaranth. These are general messages for the collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus and Jupiter placements. Let's get into it. So the first card you have, Leo, is the Lofty Lion, and it further says fortitude, courage, self-control. Further down it says, mighty and brave king of the jungle, help me reclaim the hidden power within. So, are you feeling powerless in a situation, Leo? I feel this energy is... Now look at this picture. The lion is so calm, right? So I feel that there is an element of self-control that is playing up, but at the same time, you're Leos, you're courageous, you're fixed fire. I feel that this is more about your leadership power, your creative power, and to tap into that, to use those creative skills, because your fifth house of the house of creativity, the house of leadership. So I feel that you need to tap into that existing power, Leos, and tap into their inner strength, not just the external fights, right? It's not the external bravery, it's the internal strength, the resolve, the leadership that you already have, that probably some external situations got you down in some way, but then you're Leos, you know how to bounce back up and tap into those leadership qualities that you have. So be strong, be brave. Don't be aggressive, because this lion is shown as a very calm lion. You need to stay calm. You need to stay centered, and have that, lead, but lead not with aggression, with maturity. Have that, the emotional maturity, your thoughts are aligned, your thought maturity, and having that, that inner strength, that resolve, that we're going to go and do it. Be the leaders in your workplace or in your community. It could be that you're, bogged down right now by some challenges, maybe at work, maybe if you have a personal business. So this energy is asking you to not be impulsive. Stay calm, because it could be situations that are making you settle for things or make impulsive decisions or jump onto the first offer or the first client offer. Things like that could be happening. So you need to stay calm, analyze the situation, and then be very strategic and decisive about your choices, right? And once you exude that calmness and that composed, that graceful presence that you already have, that sometimes gets ruffled in the middle of challenges, but this is your chance to shine. This is your chance to inspire people, especially if you're working with team or even in your family or family, right? To inspire people to stay calm and composed, even though there might be some things that you might be struggling with, some challenges, but stay calm, Leos. Now, you are ruled by the sun, and I feel that, the sun is very warm, gives us the warmth, the light, but if you go near it, it burns, it's burning. So, and Leos are also very high on spirituality. So tap into some meditation or spiritual practices that can help balance your energies, especially to ground your emotions and have that inner peace so that you're able to, stay calm and able to make decisions from a very balanced space. This is very much like a king and queen energy. If the Queen Elizabeth and all the kings and the king and queen, they are so composed, they're so calm. They have that self-control because they're doing so much, right? But still they always appear calm. All the CEOs of the company, they appear to be very calm no matter what the company is going through. So that's the kind of presence that's called for you to have right now. Even for that matters, all leaders that, lead in the wars, the civil wars, or even the current day situation, there's so much going on, but there are leaders that, they go through so much, they have to make those decisions, but they're strong in their decisions, in they have that self-control. They have to absorb so much. They have to make those decisions. So no matter what they're going through in their head, in their personal lives, but they're leading countries, nations, cities. You could be in those positions of high power and leadership where, you have to stay calm and composed at this point in time. You actually might be participating in projects that require your commitment to not give up. It's like dedication. No matter what the situation comes, it's like you might be into those kind of projects or participating in social movements or social causes. So you need to have that strength, that maturity, that discipline to stand strong in the face of all, challenges that come, and no path is smooth. So, Neos, you are the most, apt people to lead of two leadership positions. You guys have those natural leadership skills. You can teach others how how to lead through staying in self-control, and being very thoughtful in your decisions. It could be that you're part of companies that's going through a lot, maybe mergers, or it's coming through a lot of changes in the company. Maybe there is some legalities you have to take care of, or maybe there is a lot of pressure around you. So you have to stay, strong and centered in all of that. Actually, do you know the Lord of the Rings movie? If you have seen that, there is a character that reminds me of this Aragorn. That's the lofty line energy, right? The king that does not, is not bombastic, but is very controlled, very strong and courageous, and a loyalty towards the companions and the hope that he generates. That's the kind of vibe that I'm getting with this. Next card you have, Leos, is the cleansing water, and it says purification activates vibrant life force. So, yeah, so it's like there is a stream, not a stream, I would say it's a pool of water. And this person is just relaxing in that. There's lotus, there's water lotus, there is dragonflies, and I feel that, it's just that when you're in the water showering or in the pool or in streams or waterfalls, it just feels so therapeutic, right? It's like you're releasing all the worries. It just calms you down. It's like all you can think is just, it just escalates you. It increases your vitality, makes you feel so nice, refreshed, renewed. So, and water is also symbolic of our emotions, right? We're all 70% water. So I feel this is asking you to just, if anything's weighing on your heart right now, whether it's doubting yourself or anything that you've been carrying from the past, hurts or anything, just let it go. Take a shower, take some baths, or go to the pool, just enjoy yourself, somewhere around water body, so that you're able to feel lighter, especially when you go swimming, you're able to feel so light. The body feels really light. So when you're charged that way and you release the negative energy, we just leave it out, especially if you're going to streams and waters where there's running water, you can just release your energy, pent up energy over there, and let it flow. So that way, you're emotionally recharged back, and your emotions are all back, recharged again, and you're so ready to go back into action and, shine your light, be yourself, things like that. So I do feel this is a time to, relax, to go to a place, connect with nature where you feel light, where there is less tension, there is less headaches. You're not thinking about work, and that's when, you go biking in the greens or. So I feel that energy is calling you to just let go, of any hurts, of any failures, of any self-downs, or any criticism if you have received from the outside world, any pressure, any kind of negative resentment or feelings that you're holding. Just let that go, because see, we cannot stop people from saying things, but let that just fuel your fire, Leos. So go and do your thing without feeling judged, without even bothering about what people have to say. There's a ritual of misogi. I don't know if you know about it. It's a Japanese ritual. Look it up if you don't know. That's they use water for cleansing, for purification. So it just literally they believe that the water just just washes away any kind of negative energy, stagnant energy, in order to just activate your life force, your prana, your vitality. So try that. Water is a very powerful cleanser. And I feel that now I also see cleansing, as in a different way, in the sense that, it's like, when we have those Olympic Games and athletes are competing from around the world, I see that as a cleansing moment because they've put so much heart and soul and work and struggle in those past 4 years when they're practicing, they're getting ready for the Olympics, right? So I feel that once they're out there, on that stage of Olympics, then they just, like, no matter how much they have struggled, all the past hurts and everything they have endured, they just put that behind them and they just go in. They put all their life force into that competitive spirit at that point in time, and they allow themselves to shine. So it's that kind of an energy that's asking you to just go after whatever you want. I even relate this energy to even more deeper cleansing and purification. It's like when the world or when the nation, after any kind of struggle, or in the past, if you see the wars, people have gone through so much trauma, struggle, sacrifice, and then after everything settles down, then now the society is coming back up. There is some kind of a change. There is a difference there in the way the people live their lives. There is some kind of, when the society evolves, laws change, there is a purification going on there as well. Women rights and all of those laws after, that they have formed and transformed the society year after year is also a kind of a purification where the energy has transformed, the way we look at people has transformed, the way we deal with people has transformed, and there is a new identity. We work with newer identities of people and newer ways of looking at things. So that's the kind of purification this energy is calling upon you. Now, some of you could be working with these products, that cleansing products, detoxing products, creating apps or things or courses or products or workshops around this, where it helps people detox their bodies, cleanse their minds, meditation and yoga. Some of you could be in those areas as well. But this is a very positive time to release any kind of past struggles or failures of shame that we have been through, and just know that everything has shaped you into becoming the person that you are today, the strong, vibrant, and the leader that you are today. Some of you could be just, there are a lot of festivals also that help people, come together, celebrate the spirit of today, of the new energy, the new age, and letting go of old beliefs and belief systems that have troubled us as a society for years. We just let go of that and we start new. It's like, a new day, like resolutions on 1st of January where people resolve to start new and things like that. So you could be in that energy. Sometimes even music comes handy too, or even art, engaging in creative practices that help us distract our mind and release those emotional or many creative blockages as well that lead to baggage that we're not good enough, we're not creative enough and things like that. So engage in some creative practices. You never know what inspires you. And for that matter, Moana, our famous disease Moana, right? That's a perfect energy of these cleansing waters. Right? It's like if you see her character in the movie, it's like, look at her journey. Her life journey is all about purification, right? Of her islands, the life force, the prana, and she, see the movie. It's like the perfect embodiment of this cleansing water. So looking at her, it reminds me of gelato. The picture reminds me of gelato. And with that, it's like, I don't know if you guys have heard of the pudding wrestling championship. It's a very quirky kind of way to, release inhibitions and, cleanse yourself of any inhibitions if you're feeling restricted in that. It's a little, of course, it's silly, that kind of thing, and see some videos about it. It's really fun to watch that pudding wrestling championships, but that's another way to cleanse. It could be anything. The next card you have, Leos, is number 8. The number 8 is coming through prominent with this energy. It says, channel your knowledge, critical judgment. And if you look at the picture, it's bright yellow. And there are eyes, and it's like connected to the mind. So senses connected with what you see, and then it translates into discernment and judgment and making judgments. So I feel here, Leos, it's about seeing things around you and gathering all the knowledge, doing all the research. And once you have all the knowledge, once you feel you have all the knowledge, then you combine it with your intelligence, with your wisdom, with your confidence or decision-making abilities. Then you combine it and you make decisions from that space. So there is, like, for example, companies, when they launch new products, they don't just launch it. They have to do those market researches and data analysis and make sure that whatever they have in mind for the product that they want to release or create, it has some base to it. It has some sense, right? The numbers should add up. The numbers should make sense that there is a demand for a product. Only then they release, because it's a huge task. So similarly, like when even the news reporters, when they collect information, they have so much data, they have so much information, but then they have to use this judgment of theirs to verify the sources, to verify the fact, to fact check, to see that they're not just writing anything, right? To make sure that their story is backed by sufficient facts. So similarly, I feel that you might be, channeling a lot of information and making some decisions that are not easy on you. You might be very critical of the decision that you're making, and you try to weigh the pros and cons. You might be also participating in maybe research surveys, or maybe just creating some kind of content. Maybe you're in the analysis team, or you're creating content that actually challenges the people to think more critically about things. So so apply your knowledge and then make those wise critical decisions. So the last card you have, Leo, for today is the King of Staves. This is like a King of Wands. To me, it's also a combination of King of Swords, person who is very intellectual, who's driven, who's very charismatic, somebody who thinks long-term, who has a vision, whether for themselves, for their lives, for their family, or for their company that they own. Could be your business, could be your projects that you're creating, could be creative projects, or you could be leaders and managers in companies. So this is somebody who's confident, who can guide people, who can mentor people, who is driven to make things work, to create legacies, to expand the company, to transform company towards growth. This, this person over here, there are two symbols over here. There is a crook and there's a flame. And both these symbols are powerful symbols of mentorship, of being able to guide, and also protectiveness. So they guide people and they protect the kingdom, or protect the business, or protect the family. So it's a very powerful energy out here. This is a powerhouse. You could be transforming companies or situations to make it bigger than ever before. This is long-term goals, making it work. I remember the Yeah, Martin Luther King Jr.'s I Have a Dream speech. That's exactly what this King of Staves is. Where he was able to, he had that vision, right? And he was able to create that legacy. And today, see, it has shaped the values of people, the nation, and you might be in that same spirit of creating of creating something for yourself, for your company, or for your community that's long lasting. And I feel that you have the authority, you have the knowledge, the experience, and you're able to train people. Maybe, you have a lot of experience in your onboarding, the fresh graduates, and you're training them or having them trained so that they align with the company's values. They also put their, they're also goal-driven, long-term vision-driven. So I feel that you are definitely looking at some long-term goal. And you could be leaders of communities, of cities, of states, or things like that, that have a lot of responsibility, that create legacies, that shape cities, that shape nations. Somebody who's forward thinking, somebody who's also powerful enough to walk the talk. So I do feel that you are creating something which is long-lasting legacy for either yourself or the company, or maybe corporate even. So Leo, those were your messages. Let me know in the comments below how these energies are playing out in your life. It could be in your life, could be around you as well, because King of Saves here, this is like a court card. So this could be your energy, which I feel it is. But this could also be other fire signs around you. Maybe you're working in a team with a lot of fire signs. So this could be your environment, your situation. So let me know how these energies are playing out in your life or around you. And hope you enjoyed your messages. So thank you guys for joining. Please subscribe and hit the like if you enjoyed the content. And I will see you in the next one. Take care, guys. Bye for now.